Oh, I'm just playing a little Sudoku. Actually, games like Sudoku can be used to help out English language learners in both mainstream and ELD classrooms. I'd rather you found out for yourself. See those papers right over there? Why don't you just hand them out to the class? Thanks. So first of all, let's go over some of the rules of Sudoku. Remember, the magic number in Sudoku is 9. The entire board is composed of 3 by 3 sections separated by bold lines. Each section has 9 cells, 3 rows, and 3 columns. The entire board has 81 little cells with 9 cells per horizontal row and 9 cells per vertical column, each spanning 3 different sections. Each of the numbers from 1 through 9 can appear only once in each section, each row, and each column. Thumbs up if you're ready to play and you understand. In order to do this activity with your students, you would want to make actual cards. However, in order to save time and trees, we will be using your handy-dandy handouts. Please circle 3 numbers, 1 item from the location section, and 2 colloquial expressions from your handout. Once you've done that, please switch your papers with your partner. Libby and I will now demonstrate a turn. The youngest person will use her 6 selected items in an attempt to put 2 numbers onto the board. Here's how it works. She will select 1 number to use in conjunction with her location item, and she will use that as a reference point to see how the other numbers fit in that location. Another major theory utilized by the activity was that of comprehensible output. Some researchers, such as Swain, posit that students need opportunities to interact with others in meaningful situations. The language that students then produce is called comprehensible output. Take Libby's turn as an example. She used scaffolded sentences and vocabulary in order to produce language for a purpose, to play the game. So, when it's just like hanging out with your friends and, just chilling and you're talking one way, that's like what Cummins said when he's like, you're using Bix, fool. That's basic interpersonal communication skills. You use that in the game and you're like, want to bet that this number goes in there? And for sure it does, because there's already a 3 in that column. That was Bix. On the other hand, when producing oral or written works for an academic setting like school, students are more likely to use a special academic language of CALP. That's Cognitive Academic Language Proficiency. Cummins said that that's represented by a specific set of mental tools and vocabulary to represent these cognitive skills. In the Sudoku activity, this was represented by the set of modal verbs and formal vocabulary used on your handout. These were things like must, as in, this 3 must go in this row, or the only missing numbers here are, things like that. In an attempt to help students develop both of these types of language, this activity could be modified to use only one type of language at a time. For example, only using the colloquial expression cards for Bix, or using the modal verbs and academic vocabulary for CALP. So Libby, do you see why I was kicking back with my Sudoku puzzle earlier? Oh, that reminds me of the Oregon Department of Education's English Language Proficiency Language Functions number 2, 7, and 8. All right. Does your mystery person have a black mustache? Is your person wearing glasses? Is it an animal? Is it a mammal? And, as the research shows, games lower students' affective filters, which allows them a greater opportunity to create a great deal of comprehensible output that is meaningful and purpose-driven. This, at least in part, is generated by the use of sentence and word walls. Students can also benefit from explicit instruction in the differences between BICS and CALP.